Hi, and welcome back to the Open Mind Studio. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex.
So, you're in a meeting or a group of friends, and you have something to say, something good. You open your mouth, and someone else starts talking. So you wait, and you wait, and the moment passes, and you never say your thing at all.
And then you go home and think about it for 3 days.
For 3 days! And here's the awful part. The reason you didn't speak wasn't that you had nothing to say. It's that you didn't know how to jump in without feeling rude.
Which is exactly what we want to talk about today. How to interrupt someone politely. Because there's a way to do it that's warm and normal, and everyone does it. You just need the words.
And this one's made for A2 to B1 learners, so we'll keep it nice and easy. If these chats help you, a like or subscribe really helps more learners find us. Thank you. And near the end, we'll slow down for a few useful words.
And you should know, Emma has feelings about this topic.
Oh, I do. Because I once sat through a whole hour-long meeting and said absolutely nothing. And then someone else said, my idea. I'll tell you about it later. It still hurts.
It's a painful one. So, let's get into it. And here's the first thing, and it's the one that makes everything else easier. Wait for the tiny gap.
Yes, because most people think interrupting means cutting straight through someone's sentence. It doesn't. Real conversations have little natural gaps, tiny openings, and you just step into one.
Think of it like joining a line of cars on a busy road. You don't crash into the side of a car. You wait for a small space and you slide in. It's smooth and nobody gets hurt.
And those gaps are everywhere once you listen for them. When someone finishes a sentence, when they take a breath, when their voice goes down at the end of a thought, that's your moment.
And you go right then, not in the middle of their word. Let me show you. Emma, talk, and I'll come in at the gap.
So we tried the new place on the corner, and honestly, the food was amazing.
Oh, can I just say, I went there too.
Perfect. He waited for the little breath and slid right in. Smooth. So, listener, your turn. Listen for the gap, the breath, the end of a sentence. That's your door. Perfect. You don't force the door open. You wait for it to open a little, and then you go.
And one hard case worth knowing, video calls. The little delay makes the gaps really tricky, and people talk over each other constantly.
Oh, the classic! Two people start at once, then both stop, then both start again. On a call, it helps to say the person's name first. Sorry, Maria, can I jump in? The name cuts through, and everyone knows who's speaking.
Now, the second thing, and this is the magic one. Signal first. Say a little phrase before your point.
Yes, because the rudeness isn't in the interrupting, it's in the surprise. If you just start talking, it's a shock. But if you say a tiny phrase first, it's a knock on the door, and it feels polite.
A knock on the door. Exactly. And these little phrases are gold. Sorry, can I jump in? Can I add something? Sorry to interrupt. Quick question.
And they're short, so they're easy to remember. My favorite is, sorry, can I jump in? It's warm and it works everywhere. At work, with friends, anywhere.
And here's something reassuring. Native speakers interrupt constantly. Listen to any real conversation and you'll hear people jumping in all the time. It's completely normal.
It really is. A conversation isn't people taking polite turns like a game. It's more like a friendly, messy back and forth. So you're not breaking a rule. You're joining in the way everyone does.
And a couple more for a meeting. Can I add one thing? Sorry, before we move on. Watch. Emma, you keep talking, and I'll knock first this time.
And so the numbers for this quarter are looking really strong, which means...
Sorry, can I jump in for a second?
Of course, go ahead.
See how easy that was? She wasn't annoyed at all, because I knocked. So, listener, your turn. Learn one phrase. Try this one. Sorry, can I jump in? Say it out loud. Perfect. That one little phrase changes everything.
Now, the third thing. Soften it. Say what you're doing and why.
Yes, this is a small extra step and it makes you sound really thoughtful. You don't just jump in. You tell them what you're jumping in for.
So instead of just talking, you say, "Sorry, can I just add something here?" Or, "Can I go back to what you said a second ago?" Now they know what's coming, and it feels helpful, not rude.
And it's especially nice when you disagree or when you're changing direction. Like, can I offer a different view? Or, sorry, can I check one thing?
And notice how gentle those are. Just, quick, one thing. These little words make an interruption feel small and friendly. Let me show you. Alex, I'm going to jump in on you and soften it.
So I think the best plan is to start next month, and we can...
Sorry, can I just add one quick thing before we go on?
Please, go ahead.
See? Small, soft, and completely polite. So, listener, your turn. Add a softener. Can I just add one quick thing? Say it in your head. Beautiful, gentle, and it lands.
And your voice matters as much as your words here. The same phrase said warmly is friendly. Said flatly, it sounds annoyed. So keep it light and warm.
Yes, a little smile in your voice does half the work. People hear the tone before they hear the words.
Now, the fourth thing. And this one's about being a good citizen of the conversation. Be quick and give it back.
Ooh, this is important because when you interrupt, you're borrowing the conversation. So say your thing, keep it short, and then hand it back to them.
Exactly. Borrow it. Don't steal it. If you interrupt and then talk for 5 minutes, that's when it becomes rude. Say your point and return the floor.
And the handing back phrases are so easy. Anyway, sorry. You were saying? Sorry, go on. But please, continue. I didn't mean to cut you off. Carry on.
And that little move makes people love talking with you, honestly. It shows you are listening. Watch. Emma, I'll jump in, say my thing, and give it right back.
So the plan is to meet at 6, and then...
Sorry, can I jump in? 6 is perfect for me. Anyway, sorry, you were saying?
And that's beautiful. Quick, useful, and he handed it right back. So, listener, your turn. After you speak, give it back. Sorry, you were saying? Perfect. Now you're not stealing the conversation, you're sharing it.
Now, the fifth thing. And this one is different. Sometimes you have to interrupt. The emergency interrupt.
Right, because sometimes there's no gap and it's genuinely important. Someone's about to make a mistake, or you didn't understand something and everything after it will be lost. Then you're allowed to be a little firmer.
And the trick is to be firm, but still warm. You raise your energy just a little, and you use a stronger phrase. Sorry, I have to stop you there for a second. Hang on, sorry. Wait, sorry, before you go on.
And crucially, you say why right away. Sorry, I have to stop you. I think we have the wrong date. Now the interruption is obviously helpful, so nobody minds at all.
Nobody minds when it's useful. Let me show you. Emma, talk, and I'll do a real emergency interrupt.
So I'll send the file to the whole team on Friday, and then...
Sorry, hang on, I have to stop you there. I think Friday is the holiday. Sorry, go on.
And that interruption was a gift. He saved me. So, listener, your turn. For the important ones. Sorry, I have to stop you there. And then say why. Perfect. Firm, warm, and helpful.
One caution though. Save this one for when it really matters. If you stop people constantly, it stops feeling helpful.
Right. It's the emergency door, not the front door. Use the gentle phrases most of the time and keep this one for when it counts.
So, Emma, it's time. The meeting. The hour of silence.
Okay. My meeting story. Deep breath. So, I'm in this big meeting, and I have a genuinely good idea. I know it's good, and I'm waiting for the perfect moment to say it, because I don't want to interrupt anybody. That would be rude, right?
And the perfect moment never comes.
The perfect moment never comes. There's always someone talking, and I sit there with my little idea and my heart pounding, thinking, okay, after this person, okay, after this person, for a whole hour, Alex, a whole hour.
And then?
And then, in the last 5 minutes, a man I'd never met leaned forward, interrupted someone, and said my exact idea. My idea, word for word. And everyone said, "Oh, that's a great idea."
Oof.
And I just sat there, silent, nodding, watching my own idea get applause on someone else's face. And do you know the worst part? He wasn't rude. He just said it. He simply knew how to jump in, and I didn't.
And that's the whole lesson, isn't it? Politeness is beautiful, but silence isn't politeness. Silence is just silence.
Silence is just silence, and nobody ever heard my good idea. So please, learn these little phrases and use them. Your ideas deserve to be heard.
And I have the opposite problem, obviously.
Oh, obviously. You interrupt like a truck.
I interrupt like a truck. I don't wait for a gap. I make a gap. Sam was telling me a long story once, and I genuinely did not notice he was still speaking, and I just started talking about something completely different.
What did he say?
He put his hand up very calmly and said, "Alex, I'm talking."
Alex, I'm talking.
And he was right. I hadn't knocked. I hadn't waited. I just drove straight through. So, Emma waits so politely she disappears, and I don't wait at all. And the sweet spot, as always, is right in the middle. Wait for the gap, but then actually go.
Wait for the gap, but go. Right. Should we slow down and look at some useful words from today?
Let's do it. Our vocabulary corner. Nice and slow, meaning first, then a few real examples. First one, to interrupt. To start speaking while someone else is speaking.
For example, sorry to interrupt. He interrupted me. And, can I interrupt for 1 second?
Next, to jump in. A friendly, casual way to say you're joining the conversation.
For example, can I jump in here? Sorry, let me jump in. Feel free to jump in. And, jump in anytime.
Then, to cut someone off. To stop someone from finishing what they were saying. This one is a bit stronger, and usually not so polite.
For example, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. He cut me off. And, don't cut people off. Let them finish.
Next, to add something. To say one more useful thing to what's already been said.
For example, can I add something? I'd like to add one thing. And, anything to add?
Then, to go on, or to carry on, to continue speaking.
For example, sorry, go on. Please, carry on. And, go on, I'm listening.
And one more, a gap. A small, empty space. Here, a little pause in the conversation.
For example, wait for a gap. There was a gap, so I spoke. And, I couldn't find a gap.
And if any of those went by quickly, no worries at all. Just play this part again and try making one sentence of your own with a word you liked. So, let's pull it all together.
Interrupting politely comes down to 5 small moves.
1. Wait for the tiny gap, the breath, the end of a sentence. 2. Signal first. Sorry, can I jump in? 3. Soften it. Can I just add one quick thing? 4. Be quick and give it back. Sorry, you were saying? And 5. For emergencies, be firm but warm. Sorry, I have to stop you there.
And please remember the big one. Being quiet is not the same as being polite. If you have something to say, the world deserves to hear it. Interrupting kindly isn't rude at all. It's just joining in.
And here's how to make it stick. Don't try all 5. Just learn one phrase. Sorry, can I jump in? And promise yourself you'll use it the very next time you have something to say.
And then watch what happens. Nobody will be annoyed. They'll just turn and listen. That's it. That's the whole secret.
And it gets easier every time. The first jump in feels terrifying. The 10th one feels like nothing at all.
So true. The fear is loudest before you do it. After that, it's just talking.
And come tell us in the comments. Saying it out loud makes it real. And it gives a little courage to the next shy person reading.
So, over to you. Here's our question for today. Have you ever stayed silent when you had something to say? Tell us about it in the comments, in English. You are definitely not alone. And if today helped, A like, a subscribe, or sharing it with a friend who's learning English means the world to us.
Thank you for spending this time with us. Everything you did here was real practice. Feel good about that.
And next time, we're talking about something really close to everyone's heart: making the most of your time. How to stop wasting it, and all the easy English to talk about it.
Ooh, a good one. So, until next time, keep going, keep speaking, and go easy on yourself.
That's all from us today. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. See you in the next one. Bye for now.